house had so many things done to it, I don't think it could have been put on.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will, Chair will call Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024 meeting to order. Chair will also make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Chair will also make a motion to approve the consent agenda A through L. Motion second. Any further discussions? I think the only thing that I see on there that would need an explanation is that we do have the county attorney hired, I believe, signed and hired today. So that's always a good deal for the county. Look forward to working with him.
And I think it's interesting. We can try new things with that too. You know,
Out of the box.
our budget the way that it is, not being able to find someone to relocate and hire a full-time attorney, but still being able to have full-time coverage. So I appreciate the flexibility on that.
For sure. For sure. All in favor? Like, aye. Motion carries. We do have a public hearing, two public hearings actually, at 8:45. And so we are going to skip down to number 3, Office of Emergency Management, Todd Wheeler. Oh, before you come, I always forget this. Public comment. If there's anybody that has a public comment or a general discussion, please come make your way to the podium and please say your name, where you live, and let us know what you think or your opinion or
Is this just on?
anything you want. Yeah.
Then it's me.
Yeah.
Good morning. Most of
morning.
you already know me or wish you didn't.
Glad you're back.
Oh, thanks. I'm just coming to remind you, and you probably don't need any reminding, how valuable your public library is, and ask for your continued support. And if you can find any way to find any additional funding, no matter how small, that you put it towards that investment in our public libraries. Again, it's the great equalizer. Doesn't matter if you've got a penny in your pocket or not, if you have a will, there's a way for you to learn anything you want by walking in those doors. So please consider that. It's just a wonderful amenity for our entire county. My second comment is, I haven't been able to see much regarding the possibility of building a, boy, the word just left me, conference center.
Okay.
My concern, I've heard rumors, don't know if it's true, is that you're considering moving the pavilion, removing it, totaling it. I am so opposed to that. That little chunky building has housed generations of families that came to town to have a dance, have a dinner, view a Kiwanis play. Please don't destroy that little bit of history we've got there. If you're going to build a conference center, please build around that pavilion. Don't take it down. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Always appreciate people that are invested in the community and their comments, for sure. I always appreciate that. Anybody else? Any general discussion from the commissioners?
We can do an update if you want on what we're doing with the multipurpose event center. We don't have our feasibility study back on that yet. We have shared some ideas and some thoughts. We've gone and visited some other locations with that, and we did get some kind of cost estimates preliminary on what our wish list was. And we're back to the drawing board because costs are not always easy to come up with all of the funds for that. So that is a project that all things are considered, and at this point we are looking at how do we pare it down to what we really need to be able to use that as a revenue generating source year round, and what can we do with what we have. So update on that. We will be seeing the feasibility study. We've pushed that out a little bit. Our fault, not our consultants, because we looked at a couple of other properties and said we'd rather do all of our planning on the forefront and visit these places and say, what did you do well and what do you wish you would have done better, instead of us building something and saying, what do we wish we would have done better? So taking a lot of time up front and kind of pushing the pause button even on their design work that they've done with the feasibility study. So
Yeah, no decisions have been made on this thing until we get the feasibility study, right? That was what we said when we were going to propose this idea. That nothing's gonna be done, and if the feasibility study comes back and says, you guys, this is crazy, if you do it, it's gonna flop, why would you do it, right? Like, I mean, I think people have jumped that commissioners are gonna do it no matter what. I mean, I don't think any of us are wanting anything to fail. So we'll see what the feasibility study says, and then we'll go from there.
and we did choose that as one of the top priorities. Tri-State had given us some assistance with grant writer and lobbyist support for it. At one point, it was a dollar amount. Now it's a time frame. And so city and county sat down and said, what do we do to maximize our use of this opportunity in the short amount of time that we might have them? And so how do we focus on just very limited priorities that we can actually see to completion, rather than going out and going after every last dollar, every little area that maybe creates more work for us, instead of actually completing a project. And so the multi-use event center was one of our main projects, and then repurposing Trapper Mine and Tri-State's assets and locations is the other. We have created a brochure with AG&C and the city of Craig and Trapper Mine for their assets of what they have out there that we could use to market and promote that for any other industry or business that could come in and repurpose. Tri-State, we've offered to do the same for them when they're ready. And then the third priority is whatever we can do to support the pumped hydro project to be in Moffett County, to choose us as a top priority. And we've supported them in a feasibility study as well. So.
Any other general discussion? All right. Todd, you got 6 minutes. Is that good, or you want to wait until after? You can talk fast. This is Office of Emergency Management, Todd Wheeler, Resolution 2024-82, a resolution establishing Moffett County as a local authorizing authority for emergency medical services, establishing ambulance service areas, and adopting rules surrounding the authorization.
Good morning. So in 2022, the state of Colorado decided to remove the licensing authority of EMS ambulances from the counties and move it under the Department of Public Health throughout the state. Over the years, it was always up to the local county commissioners to authorize ambulance services within the county. The state felt they could do a better job. They did leave a caveat in there to allow the county to still maintain some authorization for licensure, primarily the out of area ambulances that wouldn't be allowed to come in and operate under no guidance. So this resolution is to reenact that, to allow out of area, out of county ambulances to come in to the county to operate, but must be authorized by the commissioners and apply for a permit to do so. It also helps clear up some of the language for the emergency medical director to help him out, give him a little bit more authorization, and then also move the complaint procedures back to the state, but still give the medical director the authorization to review any complaints that should be received. So I'm asking that the board review the resolution and approve it so we can move forward and start the new licensing process.
Okay.
And Dr. Womble's had an opportunity to,
I have not heard back from Dr. Womble. I have left him message after message. I don't know whether he's out of town or,
but this does take into consideration all the changes on the EMS council when we reviewed.
yes, it does. Yes. And it really didn't change anything in the EMS council. It's still the same participants. It's still the same requirements for the EMS council to follow. None of that has changed. And there will be a following resolution to help clean up some of their language as well. But we're kind of on a deadline. The state enacted this they started in 2022. The board that they created to come up with the rules took until March to finalize those rules of this year. Finalize the rules, everybody had to get their ambulances licensed. Then come July 1st, they gave us 30 days for the counties to come up with this resolution. They gave us a very, very short window to react to this.
So my only question would be, I mean, we looked over it, we had discussions about it, or you and us. Is that, does Dr. Womble need to see this before we approve it? I would hate to do something that where he's like,
I don't believe so. I mean, it's not taking away any of his
authority.
authority.
Okay.
He still has the same resolution or the same agreement with the county, and that will stay in effect.
Mhm.
He will still be the medical director.
What's our pleasure?
Well, Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2024-82. Board of County Commissioners, County of Moffett, State of Colorado, Moffett County Resolution establishing Moffett County as a local authorizing authority for emergency medical services, establishing ambulance service areas, and adopting rules surrounding authorization.
Second,
Motion and second. Any further discussion?
thanks for getting it put together as quickly as you did.
Hate short time frames, but all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have 2 minutes before we start our public hearing. We'll just take a very quick recess and then we'll come back at 8:45 to start our public hearing. which was posted in the legal section of Great Press on Wednesday, July 17th, 2024, posted on the Moffett County website and on today's agenda. Once the public hearing has been declared, I will ask Kathy Nelson, the Moffett County Finance Director, to present the proposed July 2024 supplemental budget to the BOCC. Once Kathy has completed the presentation, the commissioners may ask. Sorry, my mic was not on. Commissioner may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any interested elector of Moffett County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all the information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you'll be asked to approach the commissioner, state your name for the record, and will be given 3 minutes to present your case either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today. She will notify the BOCC and the speaker that 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decision will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for you to provide testimony in favor or in opposition for the proposed request. Once all testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed. We will go back into regular session, and I will refer to my fellow county commissioners to consider approval of July 2024 supplemental budget and any associated resolutions. I will remind us today that we do have 2 of these, so we're going to go into one, come out, and then go back into the other one. So Chair will declare that we are in public hearing. Kathy?
Right, good morning. So this is our July 2024 supplemental resolution 2024-74. For brevity, I'm going to read those over 10,000. Obviously, the full detail can be accessed on the county website. The Commissioners, the Natural Resource Department requests to roll over $40,007.50 from augmentation expenses to be utilized towards 2024 expenses. No change in contingency. The Natural Resource Department requests to roll over $22,478.02 from augmentation plan to be utilized towards 2024 expenses. No change in contingency. The Natural Resource Department requests an unexpected revenue of $14,753.69 from augmentation expenses to be utilized towards expenses. No change in contingency. Natural Resource Department requests to transfer $22,478.02 from augmentation plan revenue to expenses. No change in contingency. The Finance Department requests a downward supplemental of $163,487 due to receiving less federal PILT than was budgeted. Other admin, Development Services Department is requesting to transfer $143,578.65 from library buildings, accessor ARCA, Fairgrounds, Maybell Park, and Golf Course to be utilized in Loudy Simpson Improvement and Maybell Wastewater Treatment Facility. No change in contingency. The Sheriff Department is requesting an unexpected revenue of $20,280 from the sale of vehicles at auction to be utilized in equipment, vehicles. No change in contingency. The jail requests $118,032.67 of unexpected revenue from JBBS and Matt Grant for reimbursing a portion of expenses related to mental health and additional services required in the jail. Natural Resources. The Natural Resources Department requests an unexpected revenue of $48,763.74 from state grants to be utilized towards rangeland water issues. The Natural Resource Department requests an unexpected revenue of $31,127.38 from state grants to be utilized toward professional services. Moffett County Fair requests an unexpected revenue of $25,000 from Fair Board fundraising to help cover entertainment costs. Sunset Meadows, the Sunset Meadows 1 Department requests a rollover of $99,680 from capital outlay for projects not completed until this year. Sunset Meadows 1 Department requests a transfer of $21,522.16 from capital outlay to carpet replacement, linoleum replacement, and security upgrade for projects started last year but completed this year.
Sunset Meadows One Department requested transfer $18,555 as shown below. And there's multiple expenditure line items. Sunset Two Department requested transfer $28,645 as shown, and again, multiple line items. So we have an total unexpected revenue of $283,603.48, transfers of $248,970.35, rollovers of $164,771.86, and a downward supplemental of $163,487. Total adjustments are $868,332.69. Any questions? More detail?
So the emergency reserve stayed the same then from January to first to July the 23rd?
I'm sorry,
We have not touched the emergency reserves.
Right,
they stay the same.
okay.
We have, we did touch the contingency by a small amount
In March, not in this one.
Oh, okay.
5,000.
in the March
Yeah.
supplemental.
Some of the money moved around for the Loudy Simpson and Maybell wastewater was dollars from the ARPA
Correct,
that are remaining that needed to still be used by the end of June.
correct.
It says ARPA, but it's ARPA, right?
No, I think that's right on the search title. But the
Oh,
line
that
item
was
is
one
not
of the
ARPA. It's their-
programs.
Their,
Yeah.
We're not taking money from the library buildings and all those things.
no,
No.
We
it
are
was,
taking, I wanted to make sure you're clarified.
yeah,
This was all from ARPA money that we got from the state.
it's what we originally allocated for those purposes and we hadn't fully spent it. And I think it's like 3,900 from, that was remaining in
From the library.
Had originally said that we would use ARPA dollars for the library.
It's what was left after the carpet replacements.
Yep.
Great deal. Any other questions? Commissioners? All right, thank you. I'll open it up for public comment. This time you have an opportunity, if you would like, to come and either state you're for or against this supplemental budget. Resolution 2024-74. Anyone want to testify either for or against? Resolution 2024-74. Last chance. All right, hearing none. We will come out of public hearing and come back into regular session. And what is our desire?
Chair, I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-74, July 23rd, 2024 supplemental budget.
Second,
All right, motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, so now we're go back into public hearing number 2. This is, let the record show that today's posted public hearing regarding special event liquor license, the VFW to operate a beer garden at the Moffett County Balloon Fest at Loudy Simpson Park, August 3rd, 2024. This was posted 10 days prior to the hearing, according to CRS 44-5-106. Same rules apply that we just read. Once that we hear from Stacy, our clerk and recorder. We will then open it up for anyone that wants to testify either for or against it. And so I will declare that we're in public hearing.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Stacy.
Good morning. So, the VFW is requesting to, have a beer garden at the annual balloon festival that they always have. And so that's what we're here for, August 3rd, from 6 a.m. until 11:50 p.m. Since they have to be out by 12.
Any questions?
Say 6 a.m. is a little early, isn't
Hey. If you're drinking at 6 a.m., you probably haven't stopped since the night before. That's all.
I don't think they're usually set up until 11, but
Yeah.
the balloons launch at 6. So that's probably why they
He just,
set the time.
they just put it the whole day to make sure.
Any other questions?
Mm-mm.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
This time, would anybody like to testify either for or against the special permits liquor license for the VFW Post 4265? One more time. Anybody would like to testify either for or against the special liquor license for the Moffett County Balloon Fest with VFW hosting NPO Post 4265? All right, hearing none. We will come out of public hearing. What is our desire?
Well, Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the special event liquor license for the Balloon Fest for the VFW Post 4265.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, that looks like that is all that we have on our agenda. Next board meeting, Board of County Commissioner meeting is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024, right here at 8:30 a.m. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. I didn't talk to you anyway.
For the